What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be doing a mock draft of picks 6 through 19 in the 2019 NFL Draft. I already did the top 5 picks for this draft, and the link to that video will be in the description. Make sure you go check it out before watching this video. Go do it. And also, this will include trades just like the last one, so that does increase the chance of it being less accurate. But like I said in the last one, it's just for fun, really, guessing who's going to pick who. And so this shouldn't be taken too seriously, but I try to make the picks as accurate as possible. But without further ado, let's get into it. The 6th pick overall belongs to the New York Giants. And I have them selecting none other than Quinnen Williams, D-tackle out of Alabama. Now, they really need to improve their defensive line, so if Quinnen Williams did fall this low, this would be a perfect pickup for them. Quinnen Williams is 6'3" and 300 pounds, so he's very good size for a defensive tackle. His stats from last year were 71 tackles, 8 sacks, 19.5 tackles for loss, and he's also won many awards in 2018. He won the Outlander Trophy Award. He went first team All-American, first team All-SEC. He was a Bednarik Award finalist and a Bronco Nagurski Award finalist. Quinnen Williams is very big, very strong, very quick, so most of the time, he'll actually win the battle before the offensive linemen even have a chance. Just because of how explosive and quick he is, they don't even have a chance to block him. He's very physical. He can use his hands well to shed blocks. And so this would really help the Giants' defensive line, and there's really no downside to this. The Jaguars have the 7th overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, and they've just acquired Nick Foles through free agency, and they need some more weapons for him, especially at tight end, and T.J. Hockenson would be a great help to them. Now, T.J. Hockenson is 6'5", 250 pounds, and his stats from last year were 49 catches for 760 yards and 6 touchdowns. He's very competitive and athletic, and he gets good separation on his routes. And he has a nice release off his routes, and he has some pretty nice hands too. He's also very good at blocking, which is something a lot of people really undermine in tight ends. He also won some awards last year. Those awards were the John Mackey Award for the best tight end in the country and the Big Ten Tight End of the Year Award. So I think this would be a very nice pickup for the Jaguars, and I don't think they could go wrong with it because they need help, and I think this would put them back on track to maybe making the playoffs again. Because if you give Nick Foles the right weapons and tools, I think he can get it going. In my mock, the Raiders have the 8th overall pick because they traded with the Lions for Kerryon Johnson, the Lions' first-round pick for this year, and their second-round pick for next year. Now, the Raiders need some help at edge, and a linebacker can help them do that by the name of Josh Allen. Now, Josh Allen is 6'5", and 260 pounds. He has elite size, speed, and explosiveness. And he can physically challenge tackles. He can drop into coverage or rush the passer, and he can do it very well. Both of them. And he also moves laterally well to stop the run. He targets the football for strip sacks once he turns the corner and gets past the tackle. And in the open field, he can chase down running backs because of his speed. He also can cover tight ends very well. And so that's another very good trait of a linebacker. Now, he could have went higher, but he fell, just like Quinnen Williams. He fell to the 8th spot, and the Raiders got him. For the Raiders, this would be a very nice pickup considering they need help on the edge, and he could rush the passer very well for him. He could even be converted to defensive end for them. And so, like I said, he could help them on the edge, and I think this would be a very good pickup, and it could get their defense back to where it was when they had Mac. The Buffalo Bills have the 9th overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, and they're in dire need of a receiver. I want y'all to go see this video. It's called 5 Minutes of Josh Allen Drops. It's just Josh Allen's receivers, the Buffalo Bills receivers, dropping passes. Like, they can't catch anything. Josh Allen isn't even that bad of a quarterback. It just his receivers suck. So I think the Bills are going to draft a receiver here. I think they're going to draft A.J. Brown. And A.J. Brown put up some monster stats last year. He had 85 receptions for 1,320 yards and 6 touchdowns. He ran a 4.49 40-yard dash, which is pretty slow, but he's very quick. And he's 6 foot and 225 pounds. He's a smart player. He's competitive. He's determined to win. He's determined to get stuff done. He runs quick, sharp routes. He's a very good route runner. And he uses his hands to separate from any defender that's on him. And he can catch contested balls very well. He's willing to block, and he's a very good blocker. He can slip through tackles too. He's very athletic, and like I said, he's quick. And so I think this would be a very good pickup for the Bills, and they would actually have a pass catcher, and this could put them in the competition to win the division. The Broncos have the 10th overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft. However, there's a guy they really like, and they think they can get him later on, so they're actually going to trade this pick to the Washington Redskins, who are trading up because they're worried the player they want to get will be taken by someone ahead of them. That player is Dwayne Haskins. Now, Dwayne Haskins is 6'3", 230 pounds. He's a pocket passer. He had 4,800 passing yards and 50 passing touchdowns last year and only 8 interceptions. He had a 70% completion percentage, and he was Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year. He's a smart player. He has a very high football IQ, and he takes chances and makes game-changing throws that a lot of other quarterbacks wouldn't be able to make. And he has good awareness, especially in the pocket. So he can sense pressure. So him not being mobile actually isn't the biggest deal. So overall, I think this is actually a very good pickup for the Redskins, and actually a very good move for them to move up, because who knows what the Dolphins would do or any other team would do. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have the 11th pick in the 2019 NFL Draft after a trade that happened with the Bengals, where the Bengals acquired Devin White with the 5th pick. The Buccaneers, needing a linebacker, get Devin Bush. Now, Devin Bush put up some pretty nice stats last year. He had 80 tackles, 9.5 tackles for loss. He had 5 sacks and 6 pass breakups. He trusts his eyes. He uses his hands well to shed blocks, and he has some pretty nice speed to him. So this pickup for the Bucks would be a pretty nice one to replace Quan Alexander after his injury. The Packers have the 12th pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, and they need a pass catcher or something to help Aaron Rodgers out because he needs some more weapons. So I have them selecting Marquise Brown with the 12th pick. And Marquise Brown is 5'9", 166 pounds, so he's a very small receiver. But he is so fast. Like, he is the speedster of this draft. Last year he had 75 catches, 1,318 yards, and 10 TDs. He has unlimited speed and stamina. He never stops playing until after the whistle. He can play in the slot and out wide. He escapes press coverage easily by burning the DB that's pressing him. He's good at getting separation, and if you want to shut him down, you have to have a safety helping cover him. So he takes attention off of everybody else, so that's good. He gets both feet in bounds on sideline throws. He can outrun everyone on the field, and he turns short throws into touchdowns. So for the Packers, this would be a huge pickup and could put them back in playoff contention. The Dolphins have the 13th overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft. However, they're tanking this year for Tua next year. And so they will trade this pick away to the Eagles. And the Eagles, with their newly acquired 13th pick, will select Montez Sweat. Now, Montez Sweat last year had 53 tackles, 14 tackles for loss, and 11.5 sacks. He's 6'6", 260 pounds, and he went first team All-SEC and second team All-American last year. He's very powerful, and he has very long arms, and he's an amazing defensive end. And if the Eagles got him, they would improve drastically at defensive end. The Atlanta Falcons have the 14th pick in the 2019 NFL Draft. And I have them selecting Ed Oliver. And Ed Oliver had 54 tackles last year, 14.5 for a loss, 3 sacks, and 2 pass breakups. And that was only over 8 games because he suffered a knee injury for a little bit of the season. He went second team All-AAC honors and third team All-American. And he has quick feet, he's fast, he hustles, and he uses good technique. This overall would be a very good pick for the Atlanta Falcons, considering they lost Grady Jarrett. So getting a D tackle to replace him would be a very good move by them. The Broncos, who had the 10th overall pick but now traded down with the Washington Redskins, have now the 15th overall pick, and they're going to select Drew Lock. And Drew Lock is 6'4", 228 pounds, and his stats from last year were 3,948 yards, 28 touchdowns, and he has 62.9 completion percentage. He made second team All-SEC honors. He reads the whole field quickly. He's confident in making throws downfield. He's mobile and has a good sense for pressure. He spreads the ball around, but he's a little bit inconsistent with accuracy. But overall, I think he can be a good starter, and I think the Broncos, with this trade and how they're going to receive more picks for this, I think it was a good move. The Carolina Panthers have the 16th pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, and a receiver wouldn't be a bad move if they hadn't got Rashad Ross, who was an AAF star, and I think he could really thrive there. So I have them selecting Jawan Taylor. And now, Jawan Taylor, he's considered one of the best O-linemen in the country. He's 6'5", 312 pounds, so he's a really big boy. And he's powerful with long arms. He's a good run blocker. He runs feet to knock defender. He runs his feet to knock the defender off his spot. He refuses stalemate, so he's always going to try and get the defender on his butt. He never wants to just be in a stalemate, not moving with them. And he was able to control Brian Burns, a really good D tackle for Florida State. So the only concern about him I have is he sat out opening series. He's out the opening series of his first game because he didn't meet the Gator standard. So I'm guessing either had some attitude problem or did something pretty bad. But assuming he has no problems and he's been disciplined well, this should be a good pickup for the Carolina Panthers. The New York Giants have the 17th pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, which they got from the OBJ trade, as we all know. And I have them selecting Andre Dillard. Now, Andre Dillard is an offensive tackle. He's 6'5", 315 pounds, so he's another big boy. Andre Dillard, this year, he was named third-team All-American. He is amazing at pass blocking. We don't really know too much about run blocking because Washington State actually didn't run the ball that much. But if I had to bet, I'd say he's also a very good run blocker. He's considered one of the best offensive linemen in the country, just like Jawan Taylor. And the Giants picking him up would really help them. He's an intelligent player with quick feet, and he's just an exceptional athlete. And then picking him up would make it a lot easier on Eli and get them some quality play from Eli. And it could get them some wins and maybe, just maybe, lead them to a winning season. The Vikings have the 18th pick in the 2019 NFL Draft. And they need offensive linemen to protect Kirk Cousins. And I have them selecting the third offensive lineman in a row, Greg Little. So, Greg Little, he has lateral quickness. He comes from a football family. He's 6'5", 310 pounds. And like I said, he has lateral quickness to stop interior and exterior, edge and interior rushers. And that would really help Kirk Cousins because Kirk Cousins has no time in there. So if he can just have a little more time, which I do believe Greg Little can bring, that would be great for him. And so I think Greg Little would be an amazing pick for them. Like I said, he comes from a football family and everything. So I think Greg Little is the move right here. The Tennessee Titans have the 19th overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft. And I have them selecting Brian Burns. Now, Brian Burns is 6'5", 250 pounds, and last year he made first team All-ACC. His stats from last year were 15.5 tackles for loss, 10 sacks, and 52 tackles. He has a dangerous spin move and a well-timed jump cut. He's actually pretty fast too, and so he can chase down running backs on the edge that would come his way or quarterbacks trying to scramble out of the pocket. So that's it for this video. That was picks 6 through 19. And tomorrow I should be coming out with 20 through 32. So stay tuned for that. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I really do try to make these accurate. And I really do try to have fun with them at the same time while trying to make them just as accurate as possible. And so this actually just took me 5 hours to make, so I would really appreciate it if you dropped a like on this video, subscribed if you're not, and thank you so much if you watched the whole thing, because I get it, it's a 20-minute video, Probably not everyone watched the whole thing, but like I said, it took me 5 hours to make. So I really appreciate you if you watched the whole thing. And that's it. Bye.